Tomorrow is the deadline for retailers to switch to a credit card chip readers from that current swipe technology.
Right, you stick that in the end instead of doing that. We're finding out a lot of them aren't ready to comply. Our Tim Becker, he has more in this consumer alert.
Yeah, the new chip technology, also called EMV, which by the way stands for Europay, MasterCard, and Visa, offers consumers a lot more security than the current magnetic strip. Trouble is, I found out a lot of retailers and restaurants don't have the new chip readers yet. And for that matter, many consumers don't have the updated cards either.
And I have to use the chip, right?
Yes, correct. Okay, you have to,
I have to leave it there?
The new chip cards are all about fraud protection.
So from a consumer standpoint, you feel much more secure and safe knowing that by using these chip readers that you're going to be safe.
Brandon Skinner works at Riverside Payments in Northeast Portland.
It takes about 2 to 3 seconds. It generates a unique token.
They set up local retailers and restaurants with credit and debit payment systems. Businesses
and drinks or chips
that still heavily rely on the old swipe technology and magnetic strips on cards.
Nearly 80% of the business owners in the Portland metro area are still not EMV compliant. And that's one of the big things that why we're reaching out so much right now is because, you know, again, unfortunately, the only thing that's going to happen is someone's going to get hit with fraud and then people are going to start to listen.
The chip doesn't transmit personal information because the info it stores is worthless to hackers.
These being more secure, I think, is reassuring.
That's why Visa and MasterCard have said if stores are not using the new terminals by Thursday, they'll own the liability in the event of credit card fraud.
That's a big shift because in the past, banks have borne most of that liability. So that's obviously a big deal for merchants.
But a recent national poll found less than 30% of retailers have the chip processors in place. And only 40% of consumers have even received the new chip cards, a number that is expected to rise to 70% by the end of the year.
Should consumers tell their favorite small retailer if they don't have it, get it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all getting the new cards in the mail right now from the banks, from the credit unions and everything.
Again, the significance of tomorrow's deadline, liability for fraud will shift from credit card users to the businesses if they're not using the chip technology. Back to you.
So my